everyone, this is Sin and welcome back to my channel Stampin' Munchkins. Here's a look of the card we're making today. We are sponsored this month by Clair Designs, and this is the digital stamp set that I chose. It's called Doggone Christmas, and you get all of these designs in the stamp set. So what I did was I'm going to be cutting this out using my brother's Scan and Cut, and the Scan and Cut needs a continuous closed line. So I'm using my pencil to go around the image so that the Scan and Cut knows where to cut. I was debating whether to put a line by the tail, but I didn't need to. So here's another quick look. My brother's Scan and Cut did cut it out. I used an offset, and in a second I'll show you the set again. You get a lot of images, and you can see my pencil line. I used that for the sentiments, but I did not need to use it for the bigger images. As you can see, here are what I'll be using, and everything will be linked below, and they are affiliate links, so if you click on them to shop, I do get a small commission at no extra cost to you, and I appreciate your support. Okay, first of all, I am blending using Distress Oxide Brush Corduroy and my Hillside Stencil from Fawn, and I'm making a ground, like a dirt mound, for my cuties to sit on. So I didn't want a smooth blend, so I just went ahead and pounced the brush at the end. And now I want some dirt specks, so I'm using the ground espresso and brushed corduroy with a bit of water and splattering it with my brush. And now I want a twilight dusk time night sky. So I'm using the Fawn Cloudy Stencil and rotating it, and using Stormy Sky Distress Oxide ink with a very light hand and my Amazon makeup brush. And I'm overlapping the Cloudy Stencil quite a bit so that it gets a lot of clouds in the sky. And if you get a chance, I would super appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you get notified when I have a new video up. So I'll continue doing this all the way down, and again I just use a light hand. And now I'm coming in with Chip Sapphire, which is a little darker, and I'm going around the edges, and I'm also to deepen it up a little because it is twilight. And I'm using my cloud stencil again, and not re-inking it, but using what's left on my brush and going all the way down. And I'll soften it up with the Stormy Sky, put my Hillside Stencil back on as a mask, and soften it using the Stormy Sky again. And now I'll be putting liquid Stardust from Fawn, just a small drop, onto my Chip Sapphire and Stormy Sky on my Tim Holtz glass media mat. Put my mask back on, add some water, and I'll have the starry skies above. And I'll show you a close-up of it, and you can see how beautiful and sparkly that is. This is dry. I just love it. I just love it so much. I'll be using the Christmas trees or pine trees from those two sets and the present. Again, everything will be listed below. I'll be Copic coloring here, very simple Copic coloring. And as always, I use the lightest color first, and then I put the shadows with the darker color, and then I blend it out with the lighter color. I'm using, if I am doing shading, I am doing mostly only 2 or 3 ink colors at the most, and the cap colors are on top, so you can see what I use. But I will have a detailed list in the description so you don't have to keep track. The presents, I'm only doing no shading because they are extremely small. And let me get back to, while you're watching the coloring, let me talk about our hop. This is a Team Tiny hop. It's called Christmas in July. It is hashtag driven, so I'll have it in my description. All you do is search for it or click on it, and you will have a list of everyone who is participating. This will be my last hop with Team Tiny, as I have reached 1,000 subscribers, and that was one of the requirements of graduating. And I did start a new group called Grads of Team Tiny, and there's a few of us in there, and we will start hopping in September. But again, this is the Christmas in July Team Tiny Hop, hashtag driven, and it is sponsored by Clair Designs, and their link will be, their shop link will also be in the description. Please go check them out. They have some wonderful designs, and they were so easy and fun to use. What I did was I went ahead and digitally masked the image using the Procreate app in my iPad Pro. If you're interested in seeing a video of how to do that, comment below and I will do a quick video on that. It's really easy to use, and it's the Procreate app, that's hard to say, is only about $10. And again, there's so many things you can do with it. Alright, so I'm continuing to color, and I used the N9 for the paw on the doghouse and the entry for the doghouse because it's dark inside. And the sweater, I'm using the same colors for all the accessories so that there's cohesion. If you hear breathing, I apologize, but that's my my doggies. It's probably Oliver. He's nearby and he's breathing. So again, I apologize if you hear that. This is my favorite red combo, R14, R24, and R89. And I'm using that for the Santa hat and the bow of the bone. And just add a little bit of the R89 and it makes a huge difference. Again, this is super simple coloring, so I hope you appreciate it, seeing it, and if you don't, you could always skip ahead. I have another question for you. Do you want to see the Copic coloring in videos, or especially mine, because I don't really go into depth. I pretty much just do it, and you know, it's always the same, light to dark, dark to light, so I don't really talk about it. But let me know if you would like to have the Copic coloring in a separate video, but this one didn't seem too long, so I kept it in this one as it wasn't too involved. For this hound looking dog, I wanted to make him look like a beagle, so I used these colors, and I hope it turned out the way I wanted. These two little cuties are so cute, and they look nothing like my dogs. I have black labs, and but you know, all dogs are cute no matter what they look like, whether they're pedigree or mutt. Just love all of them, and y'all know I'm a crazy doggy mama. So of course I had to choose this stamp set. There were several that we could choose from, and you'll see when you hop along that some have other designs, but of course I chose the doggy one, and I think he's so cute, the little hound. I apologize, but the fluffy dog, I used W0 and W3, and I thought I was recording, but I wasn't, so I apologize for that. And the bones were colored with W0 just to show that a little shadow, and because they're white. Now I'm cutting all the images out using my die cuts. And the back panel of this card, I used the A2 waffle flower layers die in the third to the largest. So it is smaller than a regular A2, so the trees could overlap a little bit on the edge, and I didn't have to cut them off because there was space, as you'll see in a little bit. So the background trees and the presents and the doggy presents were all adhered flat using liquid lawn fawn glue tube, and the doghouse with the two cuties will be lifted up using foam tape, which you will see in a little bit. What have you all been up to? I hope you've had a good month. I can't believe July is almost over. I'll have some story time for you coming up. I have so many future videos, and I hope you like them. Now I'm going to be stamping the Santa and the reindeer silhouette on the top, and I'm using the VersaFine, as usual, VersaFine Clair Nocturne ink. I'm conditioning it with my fingers, as I haven't used that stamp before, and I'm doing it several times because I'm stamping it on top of a ink blended paper, and it isn't as crisp or dark as if you did it on naked paper. So I still like the way it turned out, so I did do it several times. That's why a Misty comes in handy. Oh, and I ordered the new Misty. I can't wait to show you when it comes. So now I'm using my super old, over 10 years old Viva glitter liner. I'm not even sure if you guys had these, but I still had them and they were good, so I used it. It wasn't as sparkly when it dries as I had hoped it to be, but it's still good enough for me. I did try it out on the side first to make sure that they weren't rotten, but it was fine. It didn't smell funky or anything like that, so I did use it. Might as well use what we have. And now I'm putting the sentiment saying, which I arched also in Procreate, and now I'm erasing the pencil line that I put around so that my brother scanning cut knew where to cut it, and I'm putting that on the inside using my Lawn Fawn glue tube again, and the little paw print on the side. Just love that little paw print, so cute. So that's my card. I hope you like it, and you'll see some close-up pictures. I really hope you like it. I enjoyed coloring these images. It was super easy to use the digital images and mask them how I would like it, and I printed it out using my new inkjet printer, and I printed it out on Nina 80-pound classic Crest Solar White without any problems, and I colored them using my Copic colors without any problems either. So super easy, so fun, and I got to use some of my favorite Lawn Fawn stamp sets to incorporate into the digital stamp. Again, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy hopping along. Here's a couple more videos you might enjoy. And as always, click on my face to subscribe. Thank you so much. Bye.